Welcome back to the WFT Declassified podcast. We are coming live. If you're listening to us on audio, we appreciate you. That's my favorite medium. If you're watching us on YouTube, what's up? I'm going to say what's up to Eric. How you doing, Eric?
Man, I'm doing great. How are you guys doing tonight?
Terrific. Wonderful. Commander Brian over there. What's going on, Brian?
Not too much. I'm doing real good. How are you guys?
Everything is amazing. We love the interactions you guys are giving us on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, the posts we're putting out on our site, WFTDeclassified.com. If you are not already subscribed, make sure you're subscribed to YouTube and the audio platforms. Heck, you could even subscribe to the site if you want to. But now that we got the business out the way, tonight is our official WFT Declassified mock draft for your Washington football team, soon to be Washington Commanders. And we're going to take it all 7 rounds. Remember, we don't have a 5th round pick. We're going to go and let's see how we get it, guys. Eric, I'm going to start with you. Who are we taking at number 11 in the 1st round?
Well, the Washington Commanders, the people's team, DCFD. How many words can they cram on one logo? That's what I want to know. My 1st round, this is a really difficult assignment based on the fact that it's so early in the process. So I expect we're going to do like 7 or 8 more of these, right?
At least.
Until we eventually get it right. Yeah, exactly. Because the Senior Bowl is huge. And so I was tempted to go quarterback here, but until the Senior Bowl happens, I don't even want to sniff quarterbacks because so much is riding on it this year more than ever. Because guys like, not so much with like Kenny Pickett and his baby hands, but guys like Malik, I already forgot his last name. Yeah, Malik Willis and Sam Howell, those guys. Senior Bowl is going to be huge for them. They can either take a giant step forward or they can fall off the map. So it's going to be, I'm going to revisit this, but I'm going defense in round 1. I did like 100 mock drafts and I'm trying to get the best option. And Jameson Williams came up on a lot of them and I was tempted, but I still have a little snippet of faith that Curtis Samuel is going to work out for us. So I am going to go defense and I'm going to play the odds that one of those top picks is going to fall, because I believe 2 quarterbacks at least will go in the top 10. And I say at least because, again, it's going to depend on the Senior Bowl. So I'm going to go with, and I just lost my page. I'm sorry. Notre Dame safety. Where did his name go? You know who I'm talking about. Kyle Hamilton, yes, Notre Dame safety. So either him or the cornerback from LSU is going to fall. One of those 2 is going to drop out of the top 10. I am confident in it. And whichever one drops out, that is who we should snatch up. Kyle Hamilton, I'm not 100% on, honestly, because I need to see more. Because what I've watched of him, I need to see how he moves in space more. There's a lot of big hits, and there's a lot of him coming up and smacking people. But I'm really curious how he gets back into space and flips his hip and run. Is he Sean Taylor or is he Taylor Mays? I don't know yet, but I'm going to take a gamble. And I'm going to go Kyle Hamilton at number 11.
All right. Listen, if we get that.
I hope I didn't steal somebody's thunder.
Well, you stole mine, so I'm going to come in after you. That was mine.
But you did let me go first. So it's
I did. So the thing with quarterback that also matters is free agency, and that happens first. So I'm fairly certain we're going to address that in free agency, which opens up the pick at number 11 to get a generational safety or a potential generational safety who's been called a unicorn. I'll take it, man. We've kind of fluttered back there between guys at the position that are just dudes. We're going to go get a ball hawk. We're going to get a hitter. We're going to get a baller. Kyle Hamilton is the pick at number 11. Brian, who's your guy?
At 11, it's not the safety. I would have to go quarterback. I'd have to go Kenny Pickett right off the jump. I mean, there's nobody who can directly affect the fate of the franchise, how we go, where we go, than there. So I'm going quarterback all the way. Even if it turns out to be a big flop, that's you got to. There are lottery tickets. You got to keep going till you get one. You can't.
Do you think Kenny Pickett's going to be there though? Because I don't.
No. I think ultimately we're going to have to trade up to 3.
Oh,
don't do it. We're gonna.
Oh, he's selling the farm.
Yeah.
For 8-inch hands. Have you read about this dude's hands?
Yeah,
that's what scares the crap out of me about him.
They're about to get official results here come next week, so we'll hear
8 1/4-inch hands. Do me a favor. I don't know how tall. I know how tall he is. Measure your hands. Go edge of your thumb to the tip of your pinky with your hands spread out like that. Do that. Get a tape measure and see what yours is. I bet you it's close to what Kenny Pickett's is.
Right.
So I actually measured mine because I was curious and I'm weird. 9.25 for me. So I'm an NFL quarterback. Just so you know.
Jeez.
You probably get
Yeah,
higher
I'm-
in the Wonderlic too. So
Yeah, there's a no. I'd fail that. Don't worry about that. But there's a spider monkey somewhere in my lineage, I'm sure. But yeah, that actually does scare me. But I honestly don't think Kenny Pickett would even be anywhere near 11. I guess you don't either. But man, moving up to 3. Good on you, man.
I think that's the only way to do it. But I can't justify taking the safety there. We are in too bad a shape. We've got to have somebody. We've got to have a something to believe in, and the quarterback for me is the position that'll do that.
Listen, if we get Kenny Pickett or any other quarterback at 11 and Rivera's wrong, that's the end of the Ron Rivera era here, right?
If we move up to 3 and he's wrong, definitely.
Oh boy, yeah, you
It'll
might
be-
not get through this year. Like
He's
that's
going to be wrong either way, right? If he trades the farm for a vet, he's going to be wrong.
No.
Do it.
That's true too.
No, it's not, because look, you have drafting a quarterback as your get out of jail free card. So if he does that next year and he gets a guy that's like we're bad and we get a good pick next year, he bought himself 2 or 3 more years. You know what I'm saying? But if he
Well,
goes
those
this
picks are
year,
gone. If you trade for a vet, those picks are gone next year.
well, I'm not talking about
Yeah,
trading
unless
for
you're
a vet.
trading for like Teddy or something, and you
No,
don't give up a whole bunch. But we're potentially trading for somebody who's going to be worth number 1s, number 2s, and stuff like that. So we're going to be doubly screwed if we do that.
my projection is we sign Winston in free agency, not trade for a vet. But
Winston.
yeah,
Oh,
Winston.
I got Trubisky.
That hurt my heart when you said Winston. Oh,
Winston's
Yeah.
pretty good. Yeah,
I got Mitchell Trubisky coming
All right.
to DC in free agency.
oh God, that's even worse. All right, second round. Eric, kick us off. Who we taking in the second round?
As I said, I've got Mitchell Trubisky in free agency. That said, round 2, I'm going quarterback. I'm going Carson Strong from Nevada. Big,
Okay.
tall guy, big arm, got some mobility. I don't know if he's going to pan out or not.
Nick
I don't know if
Foles,
any of these guys are going to pan out or not. But yeah, that's my guy, Carson Strong, round 2. Was tempted to go Malik Willis too. Working on the assumption that he's probably going to move up, though. I think he's going to
Yeah.
have a good Senior Bowl week.
He'll be gone. Carson Strong, huge upside above the waist, below the waist. That dude is wrecked. His knees are toast. You don't know how many years you're going to get out of him. Could be Phillip Rivers. Could just be trash. I don't know. I like him from a mental standpoint. And he was somebody I thought highly of too. And our guy, QB Spotlight, that's his favorite quarterback in the draft. Initially, when I was doing this, I had him in my second round too, but then I crossed him off because of the issues with the lower body. So Carson Strong, yeah, I don't see it.
I love lower body issues because you don't throw with your legs. I mean, you do, but you'll be all right.
The guys
Rub
that
some dirt on it.
Draft ID podcast last week told us, about some of the issues that Carson Strong has with his knees. And
What do they know?
he just doesn't move very well at all. Like, I think now you've got to have a quarterback who can move some. And with some of the protections that Scott Turner runs, he's going to have to move whoever the guy is, whether it's a vet or it's a rookie. So for me, he looks too much like Nick Foles for me. That tall, lanky build. I'm not a fan of Carson Strong on that one.
You say Super Bowl winner Nick Foles? I couldn't hear you.
So he said Chicago
Backup.
Bears backup Nick Foles.
yeah, that third string guy who's there.
Okay. Who's your pick, Brian?
So at second round, Chad Muma, linebacker, Wyoming. He is a typical classic middle linebacker who gets downhill and who will blow up the ball carrier. We saw what not having a middle linebacker look like this year, as we just went with one linebacker the whole year. This guy is a middle linebacker. There is no project. He knows what to do. Put him in the middle. He'll be running the defense very quickly.
See, the problem I think I have with that pick is he feels like one of those linebackers that's just going to be okay, but you're always going to be trying to replace. Kind of like a John Bostic to me. That's kind of what I get out of that pick there. So I'm not in love with your pick either. That's why I'm going to go Josh Jobe, the defensive back from Alabama, physical in the run game, physical in the pass game, has some things to clean up, but a cornerback. So look, my first 2 picks are all secondary. As you can see, like there's some things that we need to clean up there. We need to bring in more talent. Benjamin St. Juice, all right, he missed like most of the season. I'm not holding out hope. Let's bring in some guys, increase our depth, become more physical in the run game, become more physical and athletic in the pass game. Let's just get better all around. We need to improve on defense quite a bit because I think we're going to address offensive free agency. I got Josh Jobe from Alabama. Now, third round. This is where it starts to get interesting. I have a feeling. So, Eric, kick us off in the third round.
I really struggle with this because there's some guys that I really like, but I think they're going to be around later. So I'm going to get to them and I'm going to pretend like they're not, or they're going to be there when I go to pick. My third round pick, actually, I was going to go linebacker as well. And I was going to go Christian Harris from Alabama. Classic Alabama linebacker, downhill guy. Seems like he'd be a value pick. I don't think some people got him in round 2. I think he's more of a round 3 type player. He could be a nice find in round 3. He's got some limitations, I think. But I don't think they're enough to hinder me from taking him. I think he's a pretty solid. Honestly, my comp is like Reggie Ragland. Like, he's not like Hall of Fame caliber Alabama linebacker, but he's still an Alabama linebacker, and it's better than what you're going to get, later on, or for some other places. There's always going to be quality in that position.
I can dig it. That's a decent place to get a linebacker. I'm with it. Brian, who's your guy in the third round?
Third round, I'm going Kobe Bryant, cornerback, Cincinnati. He was one of the best quarterbacks in college football last year. Did pretty well against Alabama in the bowl game before they broke it open late. And we need cornerbacks. We need cornerbacks in the worst way. You said it already. St. Juice struggled greatly, had injuries, and then it feels like it's been 4 years since we've seen St. Juice. So we need more corners. He's a really good one.
Can't argue there. Got to get more depth in the secondary. Even if St. Juice comes back to start, you need guys behind them. Danny Johnson played well, but are you expecting that level of play from Danny Johnson year in and year out? Probably not. So definitely a smart idea to increase the depth there. I'm going to go with Hassan Haskins, running back from Michigan. Let me tell you why. Patterson was okay. Patterson was nothing great in the time that he played. I want more talent at this position because we've shown this year that when we rely on the running game, we win. The defense plays better when we run the football. So why not increase the talent level? And he, honestly, I like Antonio Gibson. He's still a project. He had 1,000 yards, but he's still missing all kind of stuff on the field, right? All kind of opportunity, all kind of yards he's still leaving on the field. Let's bring in a pure running back to offset the dynamic skill set of Antonio Gibson, and let's run the ball. Let's win some games, especially since we're not going to draft a quarterback in the first round.
I like Haskins. I actually picked him later on. I like him a lot.
Yeah, it's funny when I was just talking about guys who I don't want to pick this early because they're going to be around later. Hassan Haskins is who I was specifically talking about, which is why I have him as a reach in round 4. Because honestly, I think he could be there in round 5. And it's all the reasons that you said. He's basically a bigger, stronger version of Jarrett Patterson.
Yeah.
The thing about him is that from what scouts are saying about him, is that he doesn't do anything particularly great, but he's good at everything. He's effective as a receiver, as a pass blocker, as a runner. He does everything. He's capable of everything. And I like guys like that. It's a perfect secondary. And you know who like watching him, and this is one of those things, and I'm fully prepared for this. It's like going to be that Chase Young thing that I got clowned for so much, comparing him to
Mario Williams.
Mario Williams. It's going to be basically like that. This is not a dig at all at Hassan Haskins. This guy had a very productive career for Washington and elsewhere. But Liddell Betts is what I see when I see him. I mean, look at him. Like, he's built like him. He runs like him.
Yeah.
He's, Betts had a 1,000-yard season when he was a starter. He's an effective back. He's probably never going to be a top tier NFL back. He's going to be a very effective backup running back, at least, and he can certainly carry the load in the event that, the starter goes down. I have no problem taking Haskins in round 4, even though I think he could be there later.
Like, you guys think Haskins is a more, kind of the backup. I picked Haskins later on, but I was seeing him more as, hey, let him be the inside runner. Let him be that guy that just runs it between the tackles. He's good at that. He's got better vision. And then let's put Gibson in a position where he's now that weapon X, right? We can move him outside. We can throw passes to him. We can run all these different reverses and things and get him out on the edge where he's more explosive and can make more plays. And I was kind of thinking of it like that, like, let this guy be the bruiser inside and let Gibson kind of do those things outside. Maybe Turner gets creative with him that way.
Yeah, I mean, that's essentially what I was thinking. I mean, look, I still think Gibson's a running back, and I don't want to get overly creative with what we can do with him. but it does give him the ability to be a little bit more flexible with what he can do. And it would be great to have a guy on the field that takes advantage of the yards that are in front of him. Eric, you mentioned he might not be a top tier LaShawn McCoy type running back, but he's going to take advantage of the yards that are there. And we need that. We need that true running back discipline to help make us a better football team. So I like the pick. If you're listening or watching, you don't like it, tell us what you don't like about it in the comments.
Yeah, we want to hear your picks.
That's right. That's right. All right, where are we going? Fourth round. Eric, kick it off.
I just did. Hassan Haskins.
That's
That was my fourth round
pick.
pick.
I like it. Okay.
I said I
Nice.
would have taken him in the 5th if we had one, but we don't. So I'm reaching for him in the 4th.
Okay.
Well, we all picked Haskins, so that's good, but I didn't pick him in that round. So I've got Cade Mays, guard, Tennessee. He is a big, mean, nasty dude, and he has run. And Matsko's favorite thing, position flex, can give you guard, can give you tackle, can give you center as well too. But big, physical, nasty. So I'm going with him, and we need some additional depth if Schweitzer goes into start at right guard. Sadiq looks like he's just an ordinary guy, so we probably need some additional depth there.
Okay. I like that. I can live with that. My pick is wide receiver, Jaquari Roberson from Wake Forest. He's a bigger slot guy, very physical. I know what you're thinking. Okay, well, we got Curtis Samuels. Yeah. All right, whatever. Yeah. Adam Humphries had a lot of snaps. Dax Milne. No. Let's get a guy. Let's get a guy that can do that, because I think Curtis Samuel is going to be a lot of what you talked about, Brian, in terms of Antonio Gibson. I think they're going to put Curtis Samuel in that role where he's kind of the flex guy that they move all around the field. So let's get a true slot guy. Jaquari Roberson, he's a bigger slot guy, but we've seen those guys succeed in the NFL this year. Let's get a guy that can contribute on offense right away. He's not going to be asked to play 70 snaps, 65 snaps a game, but he can come in and contribute and give us something that we don't have now, and that's a true slot guy. 5th round, we don't have a pick, so we're going to go blow right by that. And let's go to the 6th round. Eric, who do you got in the 6th round?
We're trading back and we're drafting Hassan Haskins again. No, 6th round, I actually went guard. I went with Zion Johnson from Boston College.
Okay.
Another position flex guy, guard tackle. He's kind of small for a tackle, but he has the traits, as they say, with the long arms and the athletic ability. He's kind of a road grader type of guard. So he probably needs to be coached up a little bit in pass protection, but that's why he's a 6th round pick. So I'm rolling with Zion Johnson, guard, Boston College.
Yeah, your traditional late round pick guard, usually very physical, very effective in the run game, but has a lot of improving to do in the pass game. So I like the pick where he's at. You're probably going to have to wait a couple years before you really see what you have in that guy, but that's kind of what 6th round picks are for. Hopefully the dude plays on special teams or something like that to contribute and stay on the team. So not a bad pick at all. Brian, what do you got?
Well, this was my Hassan Haskins pick, so we can move on from that. But that's who I was going to go in the 6th round.
Okay. Haskins got drafted by all of us, just different
Yeah.
points. So at least we're of common mind there. I'm going to go Ben Brown, guard from Ole Miss. Similar things to what Eric said about his guard. It's a late round reach. You're hoping this guy, he could be a 5th round pick, but my guess is as players move around, somebody's going to slide. It's probably going to be him. We take him. He's a lineman, a big ugly, as they like to say, physical dude, but has some work to do before he can be a solid contributor at the NFL level. So Ben Brown. All right. We're moving to this guy. 7th round. Eric, who are we going with in the 7th?
7th round, you're looking for athletes at that point. You're just looking for guys who can play special teams, tend to be tight end, linebacker type guys. I went tight end and I went with Josh Wiley from Cincinnati. He's a special teams tight end. He's a reasonable athlete who can get up and down the field and run with guys. The best you can hope for him is to coach him up and get him some playing time. But that's who I'm rolling with. Josh Wiley. I believe it's Wiley, Whyle. If somebody knows how to pronounce that, hook me up. Cincinnati tight end. Go Bearcats, by the way. Killing this draft.
They are crushing this draft.
They're everywhere in this draft.
They are indeed. Brian, who you got?
I've got, I don't even know how to say it, Zach Van Valkenburg, defensive end, Iowa, edge rusher. Chase is going to be coming back off of ACL. We hope he's ready by mini camp, training camp. We don't know that he will be. And last year, our pass rush wasn't very good. Outside of Jonathan Allen, nobody else consistently brought it enough to affect the opposing offense. So we need more pass rush. And this guy is big. He's nasty, and he's very disciplined in the scheme that they run there at Iowa. So he's a coachable player. So somebody who could probably make the team, special teams backup. But we need more pass rush help.
Yeah. Always good to draft at least one pass rusher every draft. Depth. And you want to turn your bottom of your roster over with new guys that can contribute on special teams in different ways. I am going to go Corey Sutton, wide receiver, Appalachian State. I know I've taken a lot of receivers this draft. It's a 7th round pick. Like Eric said, you're looking for athletes. You're looking for guys that may have some potential, but especially special teams. I think he can do that. So I like that. Corey Sutton. So that is all 7 rounds of our draft. And what pick, Eric, from one of us did you like the most? Any ideas?
I like Hassan Haskins.
Of course.
Yeah, that's clearly, we all like that one.
That's obvious.
Yeah, no, I mean, I do. I was making fun of Kenny Pickett's hands. I do, if they have the opportunity to draft Kenny Pickett, if he's there, especially at 11, depending on what you do in free agency, I'd have no problem taking him. There are some concerns, but there's going to be concerns with everybody. That dude, he balled out last season. He's a very accurate passer, throws a great deep ball. He checks all the boxes except for his little midget hands. So I'm cool with him, provided he can spin the ball. There was like rumors that he's like double jointed in his thumb, so the hand size isn't an issue. I thought that was kind of funny as well. Yeah, it's so weird, but the hand size is a concern because I don't know, just, he doesn't, it's not necessarily that he has small hands for a quarterback. Like, he's got small hands. He's not regular dude size hands. Yeah. Like Joe Burrow there was an issue with him, but his were like 9 inches, which is like just on the borderline. That's small for a quarterback, but like 8 1/4 is like regular person size. So it's a little bit off putting. He wears a glove to throw a college ball. So it's a little weird, but if he makes it through the draft process and he's still going that high, I think I have confidence that he can succeed at the NFL level.
Yeah, if he wears the glove and that helps him from fumbling or stops him from fumbling, like Teddy wears a glove. I know Kurt Warner, for a bulk of his career, wore a glove for those reasons, to get a better grip on the ball. If that helps, then
Danny Werfel.
Oh, bad memories there. Yeah, I mean, if the glove helps him, I don't care so much about about that, because he can play certainly on that one. So, anyways.
Yeah. So look, I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of trivia. We're gonna rewind it back to the 1996 draft. In that draft, Eric, we took a running back. Do you know who it was?
A running back in 1996.
Yep.
Stephen Davis, right?
Yes, sir. You pulled that one out quick. Number 102 out of Auburn. Played 11
we also
years.
Drafted Andre Johnson. Did you know that?
How do you know that? How do you do
Not
that?
the one you're thinking. Well, this is because he was the worst draft pick in franchise history.
That the Virginia
he was a first round draft pick. No, he's Penn State. He was a Penn State left tackle, and he never took a snap. He never suited up for a game in the NFL as a first round pick. And Charlie Casserly had a job for 3 more years after that, just so you know.
That was too easy for you, man. Your Redskins history
you're
is
going to
off.
have to go. Yeah, well, I mean, 90s. That was my heyday.
All right, hold on. You got to let me get
Bright.
bright.
You took CDs in my Eagle Talon. What else? 90s. Watching Friends. Yeah.
I'm going to pull this up. So we drafted in 1998. Brian, this one's for you. We took a running back in 1998. Who was that running back?
Oh, I think I know this one too. Had a nose for the end zone, they said. Could hook you up with some good parking at UCLA.
You stop it. Stop it.
That's who I'm thinking of, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
No, I don't know. Who.
Eric, who is
Skip Hicks.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Good old Skip Hicks.
I thought he was going to be so good.
He got charged with like selling handicap parking passes at his college before he got drafted. You know how to pick them.
Okay, Brian, I'm gonna let you redeem yourself. We had a tight end in the second round. That was our first pick, but it was the second round. It was a tight end in 1998. His name sounds a lot like the running back we talked about in the 97 draft.
Yeah, we could have gotten a lot more out of him. He was actually really good.
Oh, tight end in the first round.
Yeah. Second round. First
second
pick.
round tight end.
We didn't have
Number
a first
80,
round
I
pick that
believe.
year. Yeah.
Oh, I have no idea. I know it's not Yoder. I have no idea. No.
Steven Alexander.
Yes, sir.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he was supposed to be Norv Turner's Jay Novacek, and
And
he
turned
was
out-
really talented, and he was pretty good. I think he was even a Pro Bowler one year, I want to say,
Yeah.
but he just never worked out the way that he should have because nobody did for us.
All right. Eric, I got you. You're not going to get this one. That same draft, we took a
Tracy
linebacker.
Rocker.
Yeah.
Okay.
We took a linebacker, and this linebacker was okay for us, but he ended up being really good for another team. And we took him in the 4th round.
Was it Sean Barber?
Golly, how do you do this?
So Sean Barber actually, so this is a long story, but I actually have like a personal connection to Sean Barber, so I should know that one. It's like a 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon thing, but like I totally knew like we had like a lot of mutual friends because he's from Richmond. Or yeah, I think it was University of Richmond.
Yeah, you're
I
right.
want to say yeah, but yeah, we had like a lot of mutual friends at the time. I had a lot of friends at VCU. So yeah, and I would be down there. So yeah, we had kind of met each other casually a few times.
Nice.
Okay. Look at
Yeah.
you. Okay. I'm gonna get one by you before we end this
Okay.
podcast. Okay.
And you got to go back further.
2002, we drafted a tight end in the 5th round.
2002.
Yes.
5th round.
Who was it?
Okay. A 5th round tight end in 2002. I'm not
Yes.
Googling this. That was Spurrier's first draft.
Uh-huh.
Was it Frank Wycheck?
You
No, it wasn't
are
Wycheck. He was
Incorrect.
it Wycheck?
No.
Okay, yeah, I knew it because we drafted Wycheck, but that was like in '96. I'm trying to
Yeah.
think of. So wait, let me think. Yeah, so
You're not
Wycheck
gonna
was
get
because
it.
it was.
Just give up.
Yeah, I probably won't. Did he ever play for us?
Yeah. Yeah.
Was it Jamie Asher? It wasn't Jamie Asher? No, he was older too. I'm just trying to think of rando.
I finally got him,
era tight
folks.
ends.
I
Yeah, I
finally
think you
got
got
him.
me. I don't remember that one. Pretty
Robert Royal.
Robert Royal.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I remember Robert Royal.
Hey, I'll make it easy for you. Brian, we took a quarterback that year, 2002. First
Oh, come
round.
on, man.
Pick number 32.
Oh, is that Campbell? Who's that?
No, Patrick Ramsey.
Ramsey.
Patrick Ramsey,
Yeah,
yes.
Spurrier took Ramsey,
Oh.
ruined him, completely ruined him. And then Joe Gibbs came in and finished him off. That guy had so much, but that guy had an absolute cannon arm, and yeah,
Oh,
Spurrier like put 2 offensive linemen in front of him, and then Joe Gibbs was like, "You're my guy, man," and then he brought in Mark Renault the next.
yes.
Yeah.
I
Just ruined
love-
Patrick Ramsey.
Love Patrick Ramsey. Eric, we took a running back in the 2nd round that year. Who was it?
In 2002, it was Betts, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Roselle Betts.
Yeah. Yeah. So our 3rd round pick was Rashad Bauman. Funny story about him. I
Mhm.
went to a game and I was riding back on the little the tram or whatever. It takes you back to the metro. And I was sitting back there with my boy Mike, and I was like, man, Rashad Bauman is trash. And I looked over next to his mom was sitting right next to me. She was like, oh, you mean my
Come on.
son? I was like, nah, the other Rashad Bauman.
Yeah, Rashad Bauman.
We took a fullback in the 7th round of that draft. Can either of you guess who it was?
A fullback in 7th round of 02. That was Rock Cartwright.
You're amazing, dude. That's all I can say. You're amazing. That's unreal.
Yeah.
Your memory is unreal.
This is why you guys have me on. I bring little value other than
This is impressive.
remembering random 2000s era, 90s era players.
We got to just have you recite the entire draft. Just go round one.
I'm gonna-
pick 8.
I'm gonna bring you Leomont Evans's biography next week. If y'all remember Leomont.
No, I don't. I don't. All right.
Oh, man.
Here we go. Last one. 2012 draft. So it's relatively new. Brian, we took a
We took 2
quarterback. in the
quarterbacks.
first
Who were
round.
they?
Yeah, quarterback in the first round, 2012. Who was it?
Come on, man.
RG3, man.
Okay. Okay.
That one,
You're
even
just
I
talking-
can get that one.
That's patronizing to Brian, man. He's
Yeah.
not,
You're right. You're
I
right.
missed all those other ones. That was just the warm up. I got that one right.
Yeah.
We took a guard in the 5th round, Brian. Who was it? 2012.
Was that was that Will Montgomery?
Nope. Eric, you want to guess?
Wasn't well. That was actually going to be my guess, but yeah, he was a little sooner. A guard in the 5th round of 2012.
Oh, I know.
Was
Right?
Brian knows.
Is it Laribus? No.
That was our 3rd round pick.
He was a center. Yeah, I think they drafted him as a center too. Technically,
5th round.
Laribus looked like a giant baby. I always like now that I've said it, you'll never unsee it. He's perfect. He was a perfect fit in New Orleans because he looked like that King Cakes baby. A 5th round guard in 2012. I don't know. I don't know.
Adam Geddes.
Adam Geddes.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Shanahan guard. Okay.
Yes, we took Cousins in the 4th, and then we had a second 4th round pick that was a linebacker. Do either of you want to guess who that was? Really talented guy. Never really materialized fully to his potential, but he was a really talented guy.
Was it was that your boy Robert
Robert Henson? No.
yeah.
Shout out to Robert
Oh
Henson.
no, he was a Gibbs pick. Okay. Really talented linebacker that never he was a 4th round pick.
Yep, went to the Giants.
Oh, Antonio no, it wasn't.
No, definitely not Antonio
I'm
Pierce.
thinking of it. Yeah, I'm thinking of Antonio. Yeah.
Rocky McIntosh?
No.
No, he was a
Keenan
4.
Robinson. Remember
Keenan-
that?
oh, my
dude?
daughter got his autograph at camp.
Yeah.
I should know that. Yeah, Keenan Robinson.
6th round, we
Yeah,
took.
he was.
He was a very talented dude, man. 6th round, we took Alfred Morris. And then in the 7th round, we took a cornerback who made a pretty significant play for us that year. What are your guesses?
Too recent.
The way I have you
Too
guys
recent,
stumped. This is sad, guys. This is sad.
Yeah, I got 2012. I don't even remember. That was after I had kids. I don't remember any of this stuff. 2012 draft.
Think the Baltimore game.
Haloti Nagata. That's all I remember about the Baltimore. Wreck at RG3's knee. That's all I
Return the
remember.
punt.
Yeah, I know who
02.
you're talking about. I can't remember his name. You got to go 90s for me, apparently. I don't know these new guys.
Richard Crawford.
Richard Crawford. Yeah, I would never have pulled that.
Another one of those guys that was high potential or really played well for us.
Yeah, he was like
First.
4'3", 4'25" guy. He was like super
Yeah.
fast.
Got hurt.
I
though.
remember that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, that's our mock draft and a little bit of draft history. Hope you
I
guys
have one.
enjoyed it. Don't forget to
Oh, he's got one. Okay.
subscribe.
I got
If
one.
you get to ask one, then I get to ask one.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Brian. What do you got?
Mine's not a draft like a what round or anything like that, but it's a draft strategy. So 2012, we were just talking about it. We took 2 quarterbacks. Given we've been in the quarterback desert since then, essentially, would you be okay with another 2 quarterback draft
Never.
strategy? This one,
Never
coming?
again. Never again.
And I'm of the opinion. I don't think I've ever shared this on this show that we know that Bruce Allen and Dan Snyder were the ones that pulled the trigger on the RG3 trade. Had that not occurred, if Shanahan had been the guy, who do you think he would have taken? I know who he would have taken.
He said
I'm
Russell
100%
Wilson.
positive.
Yeah.
No. He would have gone first round. He would have taken Tannehill at 5. Guarantee you.
Really?
100%. Yeah. And you know what's even worse is I know before that, the year before that, he was in love with Jake Locker in 2010. He was in love with Shanahan was in love with Jake Locker. Loved him. But the Titans took him like 2 picks before. So we
Yeah.
ended up trading back and passing. Who did we pass on? Who did we trade back and avoid taking that year? We
Man.
went from 10 to 16 in it was 2011. We went from 10 to 16 and we picked up, well, who did we avoid and who did we take?
We took Kerrigan, right? At 16.
Yeah. Yeah. But
we-
who did we miss out
Watt.
on?
We passed on Watt, right?
We did pass on Watt, but who did we traded with another team and who did they take at 10?
Oh,
Like if I told you the team, you'd know it.
tell us the team because I don't know.
Jacksonville.
Still don't know it.
Blaine Gabbert.
Oh,
They took
yeah.
Blaine.
Okay.
We missed out on the Blaine Gabbert experience. Yeah. In DC. But yeah, we ended up dropping back. But yeah, we did. I think Watt went 11. JJ Watt went 11, which is interesting. Like, who would you think, like, who would, looking at both of their careers, is Watt has been very good, but very injury prone, whereas
Yeah.
Kerrigan was pretty good and very consistent. So who really,
Well,
I
if you
think I'm
look at-
okay with Kerrigan, honestly. Like I would have like
Yeah.
Watt would have been great, but for the amount of
Don't,
for the
don't
quality
even-
of like, yeah, I mean,
don't
I'm
even-
com-
don't
like I think I
even-
would take if I was picking one over the other, I would like now I would pick Watt probably, but I can't be upset with taking Kerrigan because we got so much out of Kerrigan for so long. He was just such a consistent player. So I'm cool with it. We got a lot of production out of Kerrigan. We got 95 sacks or whatever. So
I'm not
it's
gonna
a tough
say I'm
call.
cool
I mean,
with
JJ
it.
Watt, yeah, he's brilliant, when he's healthy, but he's, injuries have just always plagued him.
See the
Watt had some more dominant seasons, right? He had a
No.
20 sack or 22 sack. Other teams had to game plan for him. But yeah, just like you said, to Kerrigan's credit, if you look up their total sack production, Watt's only leading Kerrigan by like 6, 7, or 8. Like it's not even
Is
like,
he even leading him? Because
yeah.
I know
he-
at one point,
barely.
like Von Miller was the only person ahead of Kerrigan, like from the 2011 class.
I know I looked up specifically between those two because they were so close there, and Watt only had a handful more sacks, and
Okay.
it wasn't even by that much. Now that with this season, I don't know how many Watt got this year before he went out again, but yeah, Watt certainly a better player, more dominant. You had to game plan him. But the production, I mean, somehow Kerrigan is right there with them in
That's
production.
consistency, yeah. Because I mean, Watt was injured and Kerrigan wasn't for 10 plus years. So
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. I'm at peace with that pick.
I mean,
Would have
you
been
can't-
nice to have Watt, but I don't know. We probably would have ruined Watt, honestly. So
You can't change it. But
nope.
Brian, to answer your question about two quarterbacks, it's an awful strategy because young quarterbacks need the opportunity to grow in confidence. And by taking a quarterback that's sitting behind them, in that same draft, you're essentially taking that out from under their feet. Let the guy play. Let him lose. Let him fall apart. Let him do whatever he needs to do. Who cares? You drafted him. Show faith in him. Give him every opportunity to succeed. Excuse me. I don't like that two quarterback strategy. If you go back when we took Heath Schuler, we drafted Gus Frerotte, right?
Yep.
Look what happened. It just doesn't work. You're creating controversy. And it doesn't need to be any. My opinion is, if you're going to draft a quarterback, go sign the biggest bum off the street to be the backup, while that quarterback adapts to the NFL. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And plus, you've already got a fan favorite sitting behind whoever you would draft this year anyway, because people
Yeah.
are still in love with Heineke.
Right.
So
Right.
then you add a third quarterback into that mix that you take, like you take I don't know, like Matt Corral in round 1, and then you come back and take, Carson Strong in like round 3 or whatever.
You need that.
Yeah,
There you go.
that would be, that's tough.
Yep.
Not the best strategy. And we tend to ruin quarterbacks that way. We've done
Yes,
it
we
twice.
do.
Very true.
All right, fellas. Once again, subscribe, YouTube, subscribe, audio platforms. Check out WFTDclassified.com. Brian just dropped a great blog on Wednesday about Scott Turner, why we should keep him. Eric's got a blog coming out next Wednesday about the quarterbacks we should stay away from and which ones we should actually go after. Brian, what do you got?
No, appreciate everybody for all the interaction on Twitter, on the website, on YouTube. Please let us know. Tell us who you want to be drafted in all 7 rounds. Let us know. Share your mock drafts with us.
That's right. Eric, what do you got for the people on the way out?
Like and subscribe. We need your affirmation.
Yeah. And if you think you know Redskins / Washington football trivia and you want to battle Eric, bring it.
You want to stump me? Yeah, bring me on. Stump it. I
Oh.
specialize in random players from the
Let's make a contest out of this. Anybody who can beat Eric, we'll give them a
80s
little
and 90s.
something.
Yeah, I got a lot of Washington football team merch that we can give away. So
Contest.
reach out to us if you feel like you can do it. We are out of here.